Hey everyone, this is Vicky from Second Sight Tarot, a branch of wellness. I am here to do Sagittarius for the month of April 2021. I've already meditated on your cards, and please remember that this is a general reading, so if it does not resonate with you, please take what does and then leave the rest. I'm going to be doing the element spread again, so it's current situation, what you can get out of it through intellect and communication, the emotions that can come up from it, and how you can move through this to your final destination. So I'm going to pull some, just like I did last month. If you watch my last month's reading, I like to use a lot of oracle cards along with tarot as well. So I already pulled some cards from shuffling that I'll go through before I actually start the reading. Kept them out. I hope you enjoyed your month of March and that the last reading connected with you in some way to help you through this month. It's still March, so I'm just going to pull a couple more and then we're going to get started. So the cards that came out, I'll start talking to them about this while I'm shuffling. Remember who you are, return to your roots, and I'll show you this card. I'll show you that in a second. Return to your roots. This card is all about, I don't know, connecting with your ancestors or just remembering your true self, kind of like really finding your true self of what really comes through as your true being. We'll talk about it. We'll pull some clarification. So right now it's about finding your power and working to work through something. I'm going to clarify. I feel like every single sign has been going within a little more than usual. So this is definitely just maybe, really sitting with yourself and acknowledging what you truly want, who you truly are, what you really want, who your authentic self is, like who you really want to present in the world. So I'll clarify. And also lessons, wisdom through mistakes. This came out a few times. I'm not sure if it came out with yours. I don't remember right offhand, but this is also being okay with mistakes and realizing that there are lessons learned, not mistakes. And just know how strong you are from all of the lessons that you've learned throughout life. Ones that you didn't really want to connect with, which you think are mistakes, but they made you who you are today. So it's a matter of honoring that, respecting it, sitting with it, and really just appreciating you for you now, and not holding on to regret and the past with past mistakes, which a lot of us, I think everyone does somewhat, but it's coming up for you right now. And community. So I know it's getting nicer out in a lot of parts of the world. I know it's gorgeous out today. It's like 65, 70 and beautiful. So the weather's getting nicer and really connecting with your tribe and your community more. This could be with work, or this could be just you really needing that, to feel whole again. I think that you are... I see the heart here. She has a heart on her, in the front of her, and I don't know, and claws. Interesting. I think to me, this is more about grasping, like what's coming up from you with the claws. It's like you're needing this for your soul, like your heart hurts that you haven't been able to be with your tribe and it's affecting you. But within that caused a lot of time to reflect on things that you would really like to change and to focus on. So it's been a bittersweet. But I think that this is going to be a really cleansing time for you to connect with your community. And she's unveiling herself, or somebody is unveiling her, which is interesting. So to me, I do think that now that you've sat with yourself for a little bit, or maybe will be doing that or are doing that right now, I think that when you sit with your community and you become, you go out to eat and you start having coffee with your friends, they're going to see something new in you. you know, something they haven't seen before. The veiling is like being lifted right now with a little bit more of a raw Sagittarius. That's kind of what I'm feeling with this. And there, you know, this could be things needing to come up too. You know, I noticed that there's like a skeleton back there. So this could be like friends that no longer serve you. Maybe you'll realize that you don't really have so much in common right now with where you want to go and who you are. So maybe some of those friendships have died out. But overall, I think that it's a beautiful thing, because what people that are close to you and that are going to stay with you, what they're seeing is something is like your heart on your sleeve and really being raw and authentic. And I think that's a really beautiful way to be, and realizing that you are not all of these broken pieces of glass being put together, that you are this beautiful soul, and that there's so much more to you than what you thought you didn't do right, or what you think you can do to accomplish something in a way that you need to feel good about it. So I don't know if that was rambling, but that's kind of what I'm feeling for those. And I wanted to keep them because I think they're really important to hear. And the way that I'm seeing the cards laid out, I do think that there is some flow in that from what I was saying. So you had the Empress, and I like to pull out a card. It fell out while I was shuffling, but I do like to pull out like a overall for the reading. And the Empress is all about nurture and growth, and creativity. And I really do think that you are really rebirthing yourself in a very deeper, like a much deeper way, in a very raw, like I said, very clean, very raw sort of way. And it's going to be sensitive. I feel like there's going to be a sensitivity because you're showing up for yourself in a different way, and you're going to be presenting yourself in a different way. And it could just be one thing that you're shifting that people notice, and it's, I think, will affect or alter the way you move through life, especially in the month of April. So this is for the month of April. So I do see something being rebirthed, something growing, something changing for you, and you're nurturing yourself in a very creative way. So I hope that sat with you a little bit, because it's kind of the way that this is going here. At the bottom of the deck, the Star, blessings, inspirations, and a time to shine. So the Star is all about long-term goals and plans. And I think that's where you are right now. You are trying to create yourself for someone you want to see 10, 15, 20 years down the road. I just think that's what's showing up for you in the month of April, you know, which is pretty awesome. So I'm going to do one more, and then we're going to get started. Pull some of these first up. Got them standing out there. Move these out of the way. Move this up. So in the current situation, you have, I feel like that one's got to come out. That one's got to come out. Okay. At the bottom energy, I do think there's a new energy forming. This is the Ace of Ace of Cups. And aces also represent like a new idea or a new concept or a new way of thinking. This could be love, possibly, or a new energy coming around. But I do think this is more internal for most of you. Some of you, it could be a new energy of coming out around, like somebody that you really want to be around. It could be like a soulmate or a friendship or, possible love interest. But I do think that this is, and it's, for some of you, it could be that. But for the majority, I do feel like this is more about self-love and new concepts about yourself. So in the current situation, you have dreams build castles in the sky. Sorry, this is bothering me here. The Peace card and shame in reverse. So I wonder if I think this is something that you maybe are working on right now, or just released, or will release. I'll show you to upright. So I do think that what I was saying before about the mistakes, I do think that there's like the shame, or maybe you're feeling, some kind of like negativity towards the past and like how you dealt with things or how you did things or the time you wasted in your life or whatever is coming up for you. I don't know. But I do think right now you are looking at it from a very different place, or will be looking for it in a different place, or even I'm inviting you to look at it in a different way if you haven't already. And using your intuition more and more of your instinct and more of like coming from a very natural place. Excuse me. I'm being choked up. I wonder if you are. Need a minute. I'm saying this and I feel like maybe, and I do feel like I'm tearing up a little bit. I wonder if this is like something relevant. I don't really choke a lot. The only one I choked on last month, I think, or one or two, was my sign, Taurus. And it was like working with throat. So maybe there's something that you need to release, because that's what I feel like right now. I feel like I'm something's not like wanting to come out and I'm like choking on it. So maybe there is something still needing to be released. This is the current situation. So there is maybe something needs to be released in the solar plexus or the sacral. I can't get it together. Excuse me. I'm just composing myself here before I continue. There's something big here because I don't normally do this. I'm so sorry about that. But there's something in it, so I'm going to run with it. So maybe you've been dreaming about, or like contemplating or daydreaming about something that you really want to work on about, or change yourself. And this is where you are right now. For some of you, you can be stuck in the daydreaming state and really just thinking about it and actually putting it to fruition, because you're stuck on these kind of things, like the shame and the guilt and the remorse and the, not moving past, like working on mistakes and lessons learned and looking at them as mistakes, I should say. For others, you're dreaming bigger right now. And I do see in the final outcome of like some really beautiful things, and I'll explain to you as we go. So I do think for most of you, this is like you're dreaming big and you're really starting to like plant seeds for the future and finding peace with that, finding peace in that, or needing that peace to move forward. So I do think like I said, for some of you, you're moving on. You're thinking about, you're really closing the chapter, closing the door on things that you, thinking that doesn't serve you, from the things that you were shameful for, and trying to move past that and become, just move up your vibration right now and find inner peace. And maybe this for you is meditation, taking walks in the park, guided meditation, sound healing, Reiki, whatever you need to get yourself into this space. If you're having difficulty, maybe one of those things might resonate with you to actually do that. But I think the goal right now is you're like, oh, I just want peace. I just want serenity in a sense. So that's kind of what's going on here. I'm going to pull some clarifiers for this, and then we're going to move on to how you can deal with things through intellect and communication. Please clarify the shame card. Thank you. Yeah, I do feel like you're needing some nurturing. The held card came out. Either you're being held by yourself and you're finding your inner strength to like move past this on your own. Or maybe you're just feeling like you just want, you want somebody to comfort you through this time, because it could be very heavy and, a dark place to go down to the places like with shame and guilt and like remorse and, feeling like you failed in the past. And you're needing your community, maybe looking for somebody that might guide you through this. Yeah, instinct. The wildness card came out, and to me, this is using your intuition and instinct. I just feel like maybe some of you do need some support, and you should find somebody in your tribe or a couple people or your community to like really support you through this, because like I said, it could be very heavy, and I don't want you to get stuck in this space and not moving forward because you don't know how to move through this, or it keeps haunting you, keeps coming back. So I think that that's a really important thing to focus on. I'm going to pull one more from my other fades. I have all of my cards, like I said, last month in the description box. I'm not the best at remembering what they are. Deceit, which is interesting. This goes with the shame. Maybe you felt like somebody there's deceit in your past, or somebody has like done you wrong and caused you shame. I do think that maybe for what's coming up for me with this right here is forgiveness, so you can move forward. For some of you, that might not be for everybody, but that's exactly what that's not really even what this means. But to me, that's because it's with the shame card. I do feel like maybe it's time to forgive, or maybe talking to the person if that's a possibility, if so, or writing it down and kind of burning it. The new moon is right now. I mean, it passed 2 days ago, I think. There's still time to do that in the next full moon, which is in 26 days from when I'm doing this. It's mid-March now. But, to do it on a new moon or a full moon would be really, really good. Or just journal and maybe just forgive them for yourself. You don't even need to forgive them for what they did. Just, find peace. Find peace in that, because I think that will help you move forward. Maybe that's what's holding you back. So hopefully this is resonating for you. So in the how you can move through this through intellect and communication, there's the guidance card. You are divinely guided. So you're not alone in this, I don't think at all. I think that some of you do have your community and your tribe, or maybe just realizing that you have an energy around you that is supporting you and hugging you and holding you in this space right now. And this is through intellect too, so in communication. So understanding that and maybe articulating in a way for you to get it if you're having a hard time. And right now there's I do think that there's this main, really big focus right now for this shift, and you are really focused. I mean, you're determined to win it. You're doing something big right now. You're focusing. This is kind of almost like the hangman or the hermit in a sense. It could be in an enlightening moment. You're really focused on something to have to shift it. For some of you, maybe you're still in this and you're you just need to stay in the game for a minute before you start to, articulate it for people to see this or hear this. And the child card, this card is, if you haven't heard me say this before, it's kind of like the magician and the fool in one, because the fool is 0, but the fool is the child, and the magician is 1. So it's all about this mystery or something coming up, or you're in training in a sense. You're focused, you're training to bring something to fruition, or to release something, or to shift something, and the fool is all about self belief and a new journey. So you're definitely on this new journey of trying to manifest the things that you really, really want. And it's just a matter of communicating this to yourself, like journaling or something like that, or communicating to someone, or to your tribe or your community. You might need guidance, or you might have, maybe somebody will say something that will help speed the process up too. You know what I mean? Or if you feel stuck, to be able to move forward with that. So I'm going to pull some clarity cards on that. Focus. Thank you. The voice. Yeah, this is exactly what I said. I mean, I love this. I love what I do. The voice, this is all about hearing people, their voice, and really listening and hearing them, but also them hearing you. And it's how perfect, I literally just said that, but this is also about communication. So it's not only about talking, maybe you could be the listener too, because I think that somebody in your inner circle might have some wisdom, or somebody you just met that you're telling the story to, or whatever your situation is. Really listening to them, because that is the golden ticket right there. Something that somebody says is going to speed this up or move this forward. I can't believe this card came out, because this is exactly what I was saying before. And this wants to come out too. Crafty. It's the little fox. They're very crafty to find the things that they want. Maybe you have to look through, maybe you have to be a little bit creative on how you want to do this. I don't know. I could pull another card for that. Inner wisdom. I do think that the shame card is all about intuition, really going within your solar plexus or the sacral, and you have the answers to move through this. The voice can also be listening to yourself more, and not shutting your own words down, saying letting the mind take over, but not listening to the intuition. So making sure that you listen to like words that are being spoken internally, not from, you know, the subconscious, not from the mind. Also the mind too, but you know what I'm saying? It's like going inward enough to hear what your true self is saying to you, not what the mind keeps saying about things, because that's the mind is what caused you to think that you made mistakes instead of lessons to begin with, right? So going inward, using your intuition more, listening to other people, but like really finding your own voice within that, and not like really making sure that it's where you want to go in the path, but maybe hearing something that needs to be heard. So I feel good about that. And time, I do think that to me, this is what's coming up with the time card, is like the time is now to start shifting something, because you never know what tomorrow brings. And I think that some of you might be ready to move forward, or you just feel stuck. So just do it, you know, just start moving through something, find a way, journal, or actually physically say stuff and like really put it into action, because now is the time for you. In the emotion position of how you can connect with, or what emotions you can connect with, and how you can actually come together, you know, have an understanding or a relationship with the emotions coming up. Don't give up right now. Stay focused and like really just go with it, because it says don't stop. A miracle is right around the corner. Like you're almost, this is like coming up right now. You know, I don't feel like this is very far away from you. I think it's really, really close. Maybe in the month of April. So maybe within this month, something big will shift for you. Self-reflection, it's kind of like focusing, but going inward, you know, like really looking in the mirror and saying like, do I like myself? What things can I change? You know, would I hang out with myself? Would I date myself? Would I, you know, would I smile at myself now walking down the street? You know, just like really looking at yourself for who you are. And if you see something that needs a little bit of shifting, maybe focusing on that, you know, especially with emotions, because this is in the most emotions position, like really looking at yourself and how do you feel about yourself emotionally, you know, like really checking in with self-love, with confidence, with like staying in the game and not feeling like, you know, giving up or you're not worthy, because you are, you're beautiful. And yeah, the focus card came up. So this is like kind of like the Nine of Pentacles, but a slight variation. But this is all progress, clarity of a direction, you know. And this is emotionally, this is going to drive this entire reading, right? Connecting with your emotions and like how you feel about something, because it's all about releasing shame, releasing like understanding lessons learned, growth, you know, that kind of stuff. So I do see like you're almost creating abundance here. You know, you're so close. You're on the path, and you're getting somewhere, and you've planted the seeds that are now going to start bringing fruit. You know, bearing fruit. 100 of them came out. I guess I'll pull them. No, it's only 3. Time again. So I do think that the time is now, but also reflecting on time, maybe reflecting on your life and seeing where things are along the way of your life, and if you need to shift anything within that time frame. But I do think that the time, from the majority of you, this is the time right now to start shifting. The manifestation card came, a transformation. Sorry. You're transformed. Like, this is the transformation time. Don't miss the boat. Like, there's a time period of where things kind of go dormant again, and then fire comes up, and then dormant. You're in the fiery stage right now. So this is all about taking flight, you know, like this is about the breath card, about like taking breath. You might need to slow down a little bit for those of you who are moving quickly with this, but I don't really see that so much, because I think there's lots of focus here. If anything, there might be some stagnation because of the daydreaming state and like reflecting and really staying focused. Like, I don't see that very quick moving. I think this is just like going with the flow, you know, like things are going to start to like soar, you know, and really moving with the wind and the tides. Like I just think like there's going to be a nice flow coming in for you. And the night is all about, I don't know, to me, this is like, I always say this, but shadow work, but like going within and really doing some cleaning, you know, of past traumas. And I mean, this is what this is all about, right? I mean, getting rid of stuff that makes you feel heavy and is on the darker side. It's not this white, bright light that you are really trying to look for, the things that you're looking for right now. So doing some work within the subconscious, you know, it's kind of like the moon card, where it's like, you know, going to your darkness, going into your closet and really do some spring cleaning and seeing what doesn't serve you anymore and releasing the rest, you know? So that's where we're at with that. And then the final outcome, you have finance, you have joy. I'll show you the card. This could be money coming in, but it also could be fruitfulness with like abundance of the things that you're looking for. It doesn't always have to be money. This is a 7. This is about your experiences or gaining experience or something that you have experience with. But I think this is the final outcome. So I think that you are moving where you're supposed to go here. And now you're gaining this experience of like the new you, or like this raw you. You're gaining experience. For some of you already have the experience, and now it's just about reconnecting with it to move forward. But I think there's a lot of abundance here with the way that you're going to be delivering yourself. And, you know, when we do shifts and stuff in life and you start to feel good about yourself and you start to feel lighter energetically, things do come to you so much easier. So this is, to me, why abundance, or like why money. Maybe money will come to you a little easier because you're a little lighter and you're not weighing yourself down. Maybe love, maybe like things, you know, maybe people that are where you are right now, you know, vibrationally. So, and then the joy card, your inner child is here to play. So I do think that the outcome here, you're going to feel a lot better. I think you're going to have more fun. You're going to start to want to do some fun things and, like, I don't know, just be a little bit lighter and have more fun and enjoy life a little bit. Maybe seeing things through a new lens, like a child, like almost like childlike, you know. I mean, the child came out. This is, oh, I forgot to bring this up to you. I'm sorry. This is also how we talked about the magician slash fool, but this is also about health. And I do think that you are focused. Some people can be focused right now on health and getting better mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, on all sorts. I was going to bring that up, but I'm kind of talking about it right now because it is about going inward and cleansing yourself. But I think that you're verbalizing this now. It's coming to fruition. It's in the intellect. Like, you're really focused on really being healthier. Some people might be nutritionally healthy, you know, like changing your diet and exercise. But I do think this is more mind and the way that you communicate and the way that you hear things back. That's kind of what I'm getting from being healthy, you know, finding like being in it, you're already in it, but maybe for those of you who are not, finding ways to listen healthier or lighter and more open, because it is healthier relationships come out of that, healthier ways of living, healthier transitions from like who you were to where you want to go. So that I think it is a lot, it is about health and well-being. And then here you have blossoming. So this woman is, flowers are starting to grow up on her, her dress. Like, she's becoming one with the earth. She's becoming very connected. She's becoming very in tune with who she truly is. This is not a gender, it's gender neutral. I'm just saying who's on the card. It's a female, what looks like a female, and she's playing a violin with no bow. So because she's in the blossoming stage, she's not fully there yet, but she's creating music in her own way, in a different way. You know, the instrument's not playing music. She's playing music. She's creating it. She's being artistic with the way that she wants to be, and graceful, and bringing this light in to really blossom into something beautiful. Like, that's where you're headed. This is you, you know, male, female, or whatever you, however you represent yourself. It's not gender neutral, but yeah, I just think that, like, and what also is coming up to me here is in the moon is, you know, really being okay with the unknown and with things coming in that are not secrets, but like things that haven't been seen before, you know, and maybe being just going with the flow with that a little bit more. Like, taking a breath when you hear something or when something comes up, and try not to take it in so deep. I don't know why somebody needed to hear that, but that just came up. And then the will. I love this card because it is having will to move through this and having the confidence and having the drive. But she's also holding, a lot of times this comes in the intellect and communication position and it's on the throat, but she's just holding this big ball of fire of this light, meaning she's carrying, it's like having the sun card kind of, she's very comfortable with the unseen, with the unheard, moon energy, but she's also has sun energy, which is like light and nurturing and supports growth and healing. So I do think that that's kind of maybe the beginning of your journey is at the end of this reading, in a very new way. You're going to start at the end of April, hopefully going into May, you're going to start to see things in a much different way, So I do think that April is very, very deep for you. I think you're going to go through a big transition that is going to alter every aspect of your life. And it's going to be very subtle the way it shows up, but you're doing some deep work. You should be proud of yourself. This is a lot of work, this is heavy. Kindred spirits, kindreds. So I definitely think that this is like the community and your tribe and people you really resonate with. Could be somebody new to that, because you're transitioning. And I did see in one of the cards in the community card, like some relationships might be outdated and might have kind of died off. And that's great because you're transitioning to something different a little bit here and your vibration's shifting and you want to be around people who are on the same wavelength as you. Not every relationship needs to stay. They were there for you at the time they needed to be. You were on the same page and now you're both taking separate paths and growing in different directions. And that's great. We don't want to stay the same, And I do see a lot of people coming with you because they're on the same wavelength as you. So this is a really beautiful card. And that's probably like one card that is really sticking with me. That the shame and like the lessons learned has really stuck with me in this reading. So let me just do one more and then I'll pull some self-care cards. Okay. Seriously, and the star card again, which we know this is long-term planning and goals. So the kindred spirits came out twice, like 2 times. I have 2 decks in this pile. This is definitely part of your path. Finding people who are really jiving with your vibration right now. That's the outcome at the end of April, or throughout April. Filtering out relationships that don't serve you anymore. And maybe you don't serve them too, Finding people that resonate with you better or just keeping the tribe you have, but really filtering it out to where you are right now. Don't let anybody hold you back because you are like taking off somewhere great. I feel like I'm doing a Taurus reading because Taurus always are doing this kind of work. This is beautiful energy. Beautiful. Sagittarius for April 2021. You should be really proud of yourself. It's a lot of work. Family. I do see community, family, kindreds. I think that's really important to you right now. Stay focused on that. That's what you should be really connecting with. I think that's going to help you through all of this, is having your tribe next to you, your final tribe, your good tribe, where you're going to be right now. Like I said, not all of the people in it might stay, but the ones that do stay are going to be on your path, and that's where you should be heading. So clean your energy field. Sage yourself, do some Reiki, take a nice walk, sit in the sun, take an Epsom salt bath. These are all great ways. Pleasure. This could be also just having more fun. It could be intimacy, PC, but with self or with your partner. Or it could just mean just like having more pleasure in life, or maybe connecting to your root chakra and your sacral a little bit more to find out what goes on there. And make a vision board. That's a really good idea actually for you. more than just journaling. Maybe have a vision board for the month of April of where you want to see yourself come summer, 6-month mark. I love doing vision boards. I've done a few of them in the last 5 years. So I think they really work, and it's amazing to go back and see them and how far you've come and how much you've collected on that vision board in your life. It's pretty awesome. So at the bottom of the deck, sing. So be a little lighter. Aromatherapy, be still. I think this is just things to calm you, keep you calm, keep you grounded, keep you in the healing space so you can get through this. Stick with your tribe. Know your community. Don't let yourself stay stuck in the daydreaming state. Let go of things, forgive people, because you're the only one holding on to it. These people have moved on. And I say that to myself a lot, but it does help to maybe cord cutting meditations where you're envisioning just like kind of detaching from that energy is really, really good. And I hope this resonated with you, Sagittarius. This is for your monthly reading for April. I hope it's a good one because it seems really awesome. If this connects with you, please like and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate the support. I would love to grow this and do this more. It's something that really is a passion for me. So thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next month.